Welcome back. In this last video, I'm going to discuss your skills and recommendations sections. So the reason why we want to deal with this early on is to give you some time to get some recommendations, which I'll talk about in a moment. Skills, you can simply request that other people endorse you, certainly for skills. Skills are important, but ever since LinkedIn introduced the recommendations, the skills have taken a back seat. However, having said that, recruiters do still consider skills. The more skills that you have, the more likely you are to come up in some kind of search. So it is important to have that. And as a matter of fact, LinkedIn reports that having 5 relevant skills makes it 31 times more likely. That's a lot that you'll get noticed. And again, it's because of keyword searches. That's why you're coming up in searches, because you have certain skills listed. So it is important. So what I want you to do is look at some people who are, maybe have a job that you would want or be qualified for. Look at their profiles, see what skills they have, and then start, considering, do I have 5 skills? Do I have the same ones that, other people in my field seem to have? So it is important to look at that. So you want to start looking at other people's skills. And then for recommendations, what you want to do is you can go onto your profile and down at the bottom of the page where it has recommendations, you can put request a recommendation. So what will happen is LinkedIn will send the request for you. So it has to be somebody who is on LinkedIn. Most people probably are, who you would be approaching. So former employers are most impactful. The best way to get them to actually do it is to make it doable. So rather than saying, "Hi, Jesse, could you write me a recommendation for my LinkedIn profile?" That's like, that's a big ask, to do that. But if you just simply say, "Hey, Jesse, do you remember when you told me that I had done the best job on blah, blah, blah before I left? I was wondering if maybe you could write that up as just a short recommendation." And that makes it much more doable. And also, you want to remind somebody too, especially if you haven't worked with them in a while. "Oh, hi, Sam. I was hoping that you could mention, what a good teamwork player I am. If you remember, I worked on this team, blah, blah, blah," and, fill in some of the details. Because, I know, because I get a lot of requests for recommendations for students applying to grad school and other kinds of programs. It can be really helpful if you come in and give some more detail. And then, then all you can do is wait. Certainly you're not going to nag somebody, but, if somebody says yes, they will write it, then you can check back in with them, but give them a little bit of time. So, but again, being specific about what you want the person to address is much more likely to end up being, a doable recommendation that's not going to take somebody too much time to write. And you can just say, "Would you mind writing a blurb?" A blurb is not like an entire letter, that's huge. Would you mind writing a blurb about, what a good team player I am? Boop, that's it. And then, and just say, "Just to remind you, I worked on this team project and that team project." Okay, so that's really a really smart way to start getting your recommendations, and you want to start building your skill area. Okay, I hope this is helpful, and I will see you soon.